Welcome back, students. So let's get into the next question. So given that A, B, C, D are the angles of a cyclic quadrilateral, then show that sine A minus sine C is equal to sine B minus sine D. So let's consider this first question. In order to solve this, let's consider the LHS part of this first question, that is LHS is equal to sine A minus sine C. So in a cyclic quadrilateral, the condition we have is, since A, B, C, D are angles of a cyclic quadrilateral, we have A plus C is equal to 180 degrees. Sum of opposite angles is equal to 180 degrees, and the other end B plus D is equal to 180 degrees. So we can write this A as 180 minus C. 180 minus C. So that implies sine 180 minus C minus sine C. So if you remember the table which I have shown you in the first lecture, that is introduction lecture, sine 180 minus C is sine C. So sine C minus sine C, that equals 0. So LHS value we got it as 0. So now let's move on to the right hand side. So that is RHS. We have sine D minus sine B. So similarly here we can write this D as 180 minus B. So that implies sine 180 minus B minus sine B. So that implies sine 180 minus B is sine B. Sine B minus sine B. So we'll get it as 0. Since both LHS and RHS is 0, so therefore LHS is equal to RHS. Hence the result, sine A minus sine C is equal to sine D minus sine B. So let's move on to the second one of the same question. So we have to prove that cos A plus cos B plus cos C plus cos D equal to 0. So cos A plus cos B plus cos C plus cos D. We have considered the left hand side first. So in place of A, let us substitute the same 180 minus C. So cos 180 minus C plus in place of B we will substitute cos 180 minus D. Cos 180 minus D plus cos C plus cos D. So that implies cos 180 minus C is, if you remember the table which I have shown you in the first lecture, so we can write this as minus cos C, since cos 180 minus theta belongs to the second quadrant, and this is the same minus cos D, so plus cos C plus cos D. So this plus cos C minus cos C and minus cos D plus cos D gets cancelled, the answer is 0, hence the result. So let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, if A cos theta minus B sin theta equal to C, then we have to show that A sin theta plus B cos theta is equal to plus or minus root over A square plus B square minus C square. So let us consider this equation. A cos theta minus B sin theta equal to C. Let us square this on both sides. So that becomes A cos theta minus B sin theta whole square equal to C square. Now let's expand this square so that it is of the form A minus B whole square. So we can write it as A square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta minus 2AB sin theta cos theta equal C square. So if you remember, I've shown you one important results during the first lecture. That is, we have sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So we can write this cos square theta as 1 minus sine square theta, and this sine square theta as 1 minus cos square theta. So minus 2ab sine theta cos theta, that equals c square. So let's expand this bracket. So a square minus a square sine square theta plus b square minus b square cos square theta minus 2ab sine theta cos theta, that equals c square. So let us all bring this a square, b square and c square onto one side. So a square plus b square, we'll bring this onto the left hand side, minus c square, and let's send all these negative terms onto the right hand side. So a square sine square theta plus b square cos square theta plus 2ab sine theta cos theta. So if you can observe this right hand side, it is of the form a square a sine theta whole square plus b cos theta whole square plus 2ab sine theta cos theta, means we can write this as a sine theta plus b cos theta whole square. So a square plus b square plus 2ab means a plus b whole square. So that implies we can write it as, let's bring this square here. So it becomes a sine theta plus b cos theta equals plus or minus root over a square plus b square minus c square. So let's move on to the next question. The next question is tan theta plus secant theta minus 1 by tan theta minus secant theta plus 1. We need to show that this is equal to 1 plus sin theta by cos theta. This is very important questions, and it has previously repeated for few times. So we can write this tan theta plus secant theta. We can write this 1 as, if you remember, we know that secant square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. So we can write this 1 as secant square theta minus tan square theta. Okay. So then denominator is same, tan theta minus secant theta plus 1. So now tan theta plus secant theta minus, this is of the form a square minus b square. A square minus b square means a plus b into a minus b. So that is, we can write this as secant theta plus tan theta into secant theta minus tan theta, a plus b into a minus b, by denominator is same, tan theta minus secant theta plus 1. So now in both we have tan theta plus secant theta. Tan theta plus secant theta is common, so we can take tan theta plus secant theta as common, and we can write this as 1 minus this, we can write it here. So 1 minus secant theta minus of minus plus tan theta. So that becomes tan theta minus secant theta plus 1. So if you observe, both are same, tan theta minus secant theta plus 1, tan theta minus secant theta plus 1. So these both the terms gets cancelled, and will remain with tan theta plus secant theta. Tan theta plus secant theta. So we can write this tan theta as sin theta by cos theta plus secant theta as 1 by cos theta. So both the denominators same, so we can write this as 1 plus sin theta by cos theta, which is the result. So let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, given that x is equal to a cos cube theta and y is equal to b sin cube theta, we need to eliminate this theta from these both equations. So let us consider cos cube theta equal to x by a. So we are bringing this a onto the left hand side, and similarly sin cube theta equal to y by b. So that implies, so what does cos theta becomes? X by a whole power 1 by 3. We are shifting this power onto the right hand side and becomes 1 by 3. So, and sin theta also y by b whole power 1 by 3. So we have sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So that implies, we know the value of sin theta. Sin theta is y by b whole power 1 by 3. It is 1 by 3, and here we have square, so we need to write this as 2 by 3. So cos square theta is, we have the value as x by a whole power 1 by 3, and it is square, and we have to square it, and we have to write it as 2 by 3 equal to 1. So hence in the result we don't have any theta term, so the theta is eliminated. So the next question is similar question, but the difference is we have power 4 and we have power 3 here. So in the same way we have to write this as cos power 4 theta is equal to x by a, and sin power 4 theta is equal to y by b. So we can write this as cos square theta equal to x by a root of x by a, and sin square theta equal to root of y by b. So we are transferring this square onto the right hand side, and it becomes root. Here also we are transferring one of square onto the right hand side, and it becomes root. So we have the same result, sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So that implies sin square theta is root of y by b, and plus cos square theta is root of x by a, that equal to 1. So theta is eliminated. So the next question is the same question, but the different equations we got. So eliminate theta, and we have x is equal to a into secant theta plus tan theta, and y is equal to b into secant theta minus tan theta. So let us consider this as first equation, and let us consider this as second equations. Now let us multiply both of these. So what we'll get, xy is equal to ab into secant theta plus tan theta into secant theta minus tan theta. Okay, so ab into secant theta plus tan theta into secant theta minus tan theta. It is of the form a plus b into a minus b. We have a square, that is secant square theta, minus b square, that is tan square theta. So we know that secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. So we can write this as ab into 1, and we have ab. So therefore xy is equal to ab. This is the final results with no theta in it. So here it is. That's all about trigonometry, and the next lesson we'll learn about compound angles. And don't forget to learn each and every sum which I've taught you in all these 3 lectures. In the next lecture we'll come up with the compound angles problems and practice each and every problem whatever I taught you, and definitely I'll assure you that you'll be scoring good marks in your final examinations. And if you want more updates like this, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. And also you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Telegram for regular updates.